Alright, welcome to Mastering Astral Projection Day 45. Today is the same as yesterday. The last exercise is going to be different. Instead of climbing a rope, you're going to be descending a rope. So, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just imagine that you're just going down a rope. I was grabbing right about chest level and then allowing my arm to extend fully above me as I felt the weight of my body go down, and then grabbing the other hand and doing the same thing endlessly for 20 minutes. I'm not timing these things, obviously, because you're not going to be sitting there looking at a clock, and I'm certainly not going to use an alarm clock, but you just kind of go for a long time. One of the things that he stresses around this time is that you're supposed to be really getting a feel for what exercises are your favorites and what aren't, and using the ones that are really working for you. So, using the ones that are really working, like in the trance induction, what is the best trance state to be in? How'd you get there? And then going with that. So I did my exercises again, and I still haven't been able to achieve an out-of-body experience. I find that when I get into doing the trance work, I really start bordering on falling asleep, and I have a hard time staying awake. And then that goes on into the loosening technique, which I'm still doing the rotation. And then once I get to the rope technique, I'm kind of awake, and then this is the second time in a row it's been this way. I'm still awake, and I'm really engaged in the rope technique. I do notice that my mind starts to wander a bit, so sometimes I have to bring it back to focus on what I'm doing rather than start thinking about things during of the day. So one of the things that he talks about in this chapter is returning to your body. So returning, or actually, I wanted to go over reality fluctuations. He talks about that too. That is when you get into the real time zone. That means that, like, if you're doing this at your home, you have the out-of-body experience, and then you move out of the body, and you're still in your home. But he said things may be different than what you know them to be, like the picture on the wall may be gone, or the floor print of the house may be reversed, or the furniture may be opposite where you had it. There can be things like that that will distract you. And another thing is that you may look back to where your physical body was, and it could be missing. So he says just don't worry about things like that. Then when you're returning to your body, he said, instantly thinking about your body can return you to your body no matter where you're at in the astral world. So you don't want to really focus on your body. If at all, if you want to stay out of the body for any length of time, don't think about it whatsoever. Just that simple thought could return you. The reintegration requires the physical body to wake up slightly, and sometimes I guess what happens is you go so deeply into the delta state that when you re-enter the body, you can't get it to wake up. So he said you could do a couple of things. One of the things you don't do is panic, but you can just wait. Because obviously the body's going through a delta cycle, and when it comes back up into theta, then it'll start to wake up. You can even move back out of the body and go do something else and come back into the body. So that's something to think about. And then recalling shadow memories. 3 techniques to improve your OBE memory recall. Keep your first projection really short, which we've talked about, so you want to keep it down to about 15 seconds. Maybe 30 at the most. And then the second would be when you're diving back in, using the catchphrase like "I will remember this" or "Geronimo" or something that you do excitedly, so that you help to propel the memory from the body double into your physical body. And then writing down keywords at the end of the experience to enforce the memory. So think about what those keywords might be when you re-enter the body, and then writing them down immediately, like keeping your journal. So you want to transfer those things into a journal immediately. And another thing that he talks about is being on the lookout for OBE exit symptoms when you wake up in the morning. You might, he says that a really good time of the day to astral project is in the morning when you first wake up, if you don't have to do so by an alarm clock or be anywhere. And the reason for that is because the body's already in the perfect state. The body's very relaxed and on the verge of sleep. So when you wake up in the morning, you could go directly into doing your trance work, doing energy body stimulation, doing your loosening technique, or going directly into the exit technique. So things to think about. Dreams are still crazy off the hook. I had 4 dreams last night, and they're getting really weird. Last night's dreams were really strange. Things were broken. Had a dream of a haunted house. It was crazy, crazy night. So anyway, thanks for hanging in there. Talk to you later.